told me that I'm okay now. He doesn't hurt now.
Alright.
So okay, at that moment, I suspected that he's pretending. So
Just vying for attention.
Just vying for attention. So maybe he will just fall asleep. But unfortunately, he didn't. And
By then, what time was it already?
by then it was like almost 12.
Wow.
And usually he sleeps at about 10 to 10:30.
So that's way past bedtime.
Yeah, it was way past bedtime. So of course, going to school the next day it was impossible.
Right.
So anyhow, the next thing he said was like, he was uncomfortable. His ear ached.
Wow.
More
problems.
Yeah, I
now.
checked in, there was no temperature. So I said, okay, why don't you come to mommy's room, sleep with us tonight, we'll take care of you. Okay? But again, for the next 1 hour, he was complaining, his ear was aching, his body was aching.
Oh my.
And there were like so many ailments out of the blue.
Right.
Then of course we got quite concerned, my husband and I. So I thought, okay, could it be one of his little tricks again? So I figured, okay, why don't I take a cotton bud and clean his ear? After that, he just told me, I'm okay now.
Right.
And after that, within the next 5 minutes, he drifted off to sleep.
Sounds like really he's vying for attention.
Exactly. I mean, if I did not apply grace-based parenting and not make the effort to be calm and patient, so I think grace-based parenting has been really useful for me because in a way it gave me some time to reflect what my child really needed at that point in time, which I believe he's going through his own little struggle. He wants more attention. So as a result, we didn't really address his problems of lying that very night, but we talked about it the next morning and told him that you're like a boy crying, don't you want mommy to trust you? If not, nobody's going to trust you, and that's not very nice, isn't it? And then he actually experienced that before, because a couple of times, sometimes you doubt your child because when they said they did something but you really doubt them, and he got really upset previously. So I think he could remember how he felt at that point. And I think lying to him, he realized the consequence of lying the next day. And then also the other thing that we actually taken into account that he needed more attention, we set aside a day of the week every Saturday night to allow him to come co-sleep with us for that night.
Right.
Yeah, so it's having to really take a step back, with grace-based parenting to realize that your child maybe at that point really needs a little more attention, and also take into account his character traits as well, personality traits. Every child is different.
Right.
So
Meeting needs
yes.
at the child's level is very important.
Yes. And also I think have a sense of humor.
Yeah, sure. You have to
to be a parent, sometimes you really have to ignite that inner child in you, and to really, have a sense of humor, because it can get quite funny actually, because the whole time when that happened, I was like smiling to myself, and my husband was also trying to keep from bursting out from laughing, but we kept calm throughout, and at the end of the day it turned out to be a better way how we handled the situation than if I were to lose my temper, to scream and shout at him, and the whole night would have been so unpleasant.
Yeah, he'll probably have more nightmares.
I think it's worked really well for us.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Grace-based parenting is always the way to go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Consider these gracious thoughts as you apply grace-based parenting in your home. First of all, you must understand your child's abilities. So understanding that the child's abilities at her age is important. And secondly, you need to give clear directions as you instruct your child to do certain tasks that you wanted them to do. And thirdly, find opportunities to affirm your child whenever possible. Remember to affirm and praise them accordingly.
Next, understand the difference between a child making a genuine mistake and willful disobedience. Practice discernment when deciding between the two. Discipline your child with love, firmness, and consistency. When punishment is necessary, it should be appropriate for the child's age and offense. What has worked really well for the both of us is to pray daily for the wisdom and creativity that being a parent requires. Love this precious child that God has entrusted you for a short period.
If you want to read about grace-based parenting, do consider this resource on Grace-Based Parenting by Dr. Tim Kimmel. This book has given us lots of insights and thought-provoking questions and ways to apply grace-based parenting at home with our children. If you had topics or questions you'd like us to cover during this program, please write to us at info.myplayschool@gmail.com.
We'll see you soon at A Mom's World TV.